This is your, just carport, right? You're on the agenda, right? Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Are you, well, I'm gonna try and see if I can get everyone out of the, not out, but get everybody can go on their way. And if you're at the end, you won't be waiting until like the very end. So I try to address everyone that's here. So, hey, Scarlett.
Hi.
Hey, Linda. What happened next to you? Had a big party over the weekend or something?
I guess a wedding.
Was that what it is? I saw like all
Yeah.
week, like trucks and tents and
It
everything.
must have been some fancy wedding.
Wow.
They're tearing it down today. I guess it just started tearing it down.
Were you home all weekend? Did you hear it? Or?
Yeah. The fireworks and everything.
Oh, wow.
That was like at midnight or something. And there was sparks. Like I have a little tiki hut in the backyard. I'm like, please don't burn my tiki down.
Wondered what that was.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
I was just so nervous they were gonna park all over my swale.
Did they have valets and?
They did, and the police were on it. Like they talked to the cop, like
That's good.
yeah, they were. They did.
Yeah. Squint on this one. Oh, no, they're there. I guess I will just make notes on the motions. And I'm sure she'll probably watch the video
Oh, okay.
tomorrow, just to make sure. Hey, how are you? Good, thank you. Well, I usually try to address everybody that's here, so you can go on your way. So what's the name? Munoz? Munoz? Okay. Okay. Mr. Allen's here. Linda, are you on the agenda? Oh, there you are. Okay. Gentleman over here, sir, are you on the agenda tonight? The name? What's one more time? Rickle Key? Okay. Back there? Gustavo? What's the number? Oh, Fonseca, there you go. Number J? Who's back there with you, Mac? Are you on the agenda, ma'am? Shivi is the name? Okay. And this gentleman here in the pink, sir. The name? Yeah. Just to give you an idea, sir, I'm gonna be moving your application to a discussion because you technically are a new build. I mean, what you're doing to the house is actually you're completely gutting it and rebuilding, putting a new addition on. So it's not an addition. You're not like just putting a bedroom on the back or something. So we have a process for new builds where we review it 3 times. And that way the entire board has a chance to comment and everything. So it's actually a review before the board makes a final motion. So SB should have had it under discussion and not under an actual building permit agenda item at this time. So we have 3 meetings. So you'll be this one, the next one, and then probably a month from now. Huh? No, 3 meetings. We meet twice a month. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is the first time we've seen you, so actually that's our process here. So just give you an heads up. Hi, the people that just came in here, are you on the agenda? What's the name? JMB Management, okay. Got it, okay. Roofing, okay. Is that the name or the? What's the resident's name? Barnes? Okay. Hey there, Murph, how are you? Which one? Yeah. Oh, what is that? That's a blast. Yeah. Which one are you here for again? I'm sorry, which? 17 Northeast 9th roof, Witchner? Okay. Hello. Hi. Are you on the agenda tonight? Yes, your roofing shirt. Yeah. Okay. Which one? What's the resident's name? One 13th, McGuinn. Okay, yeah, sorry, it's right here in front of me. Okay. Yeah, it's right. There's two doors. It's on the right. The men's on the right. So there's a couple that she said are not in the Dropbox. So is that the one we're going through? You notice it missing? We'll just share the papers. Okay, we're definitely not sticking around tonight. Ma'am, here in the front that just came in. What are you here for tonight? H. Schreiger. Okay. Ma'am, you on the agenda tonight? What's it called again? Repairs in the USA? Okay, we got a full agenda tonight.
Should we do discussion items if Dave's not here? Since Dave's not here, we don't have a forum. Can we do discussion?
Well, let's just, is it what time is it? Ooh, it's time. Oh, he just texted me too. Hi there. Are you on the agenda tonight? Yeah, what's your name?
Yeah, no, but we're an engineer.
Okay. $590. Okay, so garage conversion, Antano. Okay. Okay, you're welcome. He's in 5 minutes. Getting off this game now. 1 minute ago. Want to give him a minute?
Unless there is somebody for discussion, and then we can put out.
I guess we don't have quorum. I
Yeah, we
can't-
don't have quorum. We don't need it. We don't need quorum for discussion.
Okay, I mean, yeah, we feel it. All right, good evening, everyone. So one of our board members is still not here. He's on his way. He'll be here in any minute. But so we don't have a quorum, so we can't start the meeting just yet, but we can go ahead and we can address the two discussion items. If we'd like to, we don't need quorum for that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not calling the meeting in order, but I would like to go ahead and the two discussions. The first one is Muna's 520 Northeast 118th Street for a fence. If you had some questions for us, if you'd like, please go up to the microphone and make sure you speak into it for us.
It's not in our Dropbox.
Is that one of the ones that's not?
I don't see it.
Hello.
Sir, can you just check the microphone? It might be off. Okay, I can hear you. Just introduce yourself, please.
Good evening. My name is Giovanni Munoz. I live on 520 Northeast 118th Street. We moved 6 months ago, and we were trying to do a fence abutting on the east side up against 558. And this is an ongoing issue with our neighbor who wouldn't allow us to put a fence. We are heavily landscaped between both properties,
Okay.
and we have an open permit for a pool. So we had our surveyor come again and resurvey the property just to make sure that we're not encroaching or is legal non-conforming. And I think that I sent you an email and you replied saying that, you know, it is normal for houses built in the 50s to encroach and be non-legal, legal non-conforming. So, you know, my ultimate goal is to have a neighborly relationship with my neighbor, but last week I had a conversation with his attorney who basically said that they're not coming to this meeting, which I invited them to come so that we can discuss in an open forum and see what the issue is. So I pulled up his survey. He gave it to me. I have my survey, and it shows under his survey on the west side, his setback is shown as 9.5. Okay.
Okay.
My survey, which is the most recent one, it also shows 9.5, 9.9, whatever is the case. I want to put a fence right on the property line, right? I don't want any, you know, arguments with my neighbor, but his attorney was very clear that if I was to put the survey on the property line that my survey shows, I basically would get in trouble and whatever avenue is that they would have to take. So I told them to come to this meeting, and they refuse. Not sure if he's present or not. I don't know the gentleman. Long story short, I pull up an aerial view of his home to try to see what the issue is here. And if you go back in time, Google Earth in 2005, which is the clearest images that you can get from the roof aerial, it seems that that portion of the house was an addition after the fact because it's a flat roof and his roof is gable. I'm not in any way saying that the addition was done illegally or anything, but common sense tells me that that is the reason of the discrepancy because his lot is skewed in a way that opens up, and his survey shows on the east side property line 12 something, and then 12 on the left should be what it is. But he's got a single car garage with a flat roof that basically is 6 feet from my property line. So I'm here to pick your brain and see what my options are before I put a fence up and, you know, start a whole mess with a neighbor
right.
and the city and all of
Okay.
this. So.
Thank you. So first off, just David has joined the meeting. David, we were having just a discussion since we didn't have quorum. So I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. This is the Village of Biscayne Park Planning Board meeting for Monday, June 27th, 2022. It is now 6:35. Do the roll call. David Gruen, Scarlett Hammonds.
Here.
Gage Hartung, I'm here. And the rest, we'll get back to that. But the three of us are here. We have a quorum. We are discussing 520 Northeast 118th Street, discussion item number A, Munoz. All right, so a couple things that, you know, I did get the email on this previously, so I was able to review it. Okay, first off, you know, you can't put the fence on the property line.
Okay, 2 inches.
I mean, it's got to be on your side of the property line. Okay, so
2 inches on my property, but the discrepancy is 3.5 feet. So I'm not, why would I give up 3.5 feet of my property because my neighbor's not allowed?
so do you actually have a survey, a legal survey that shows you have a property
Which is
setback?
recent. It's about a month old.
Okay, but it shows 9'9", okay? So you could put a fence at 9'5".
Correct.
And according to your survey, it is on your property.
Correct.
Correct, okay. So I don't know whether or not the other neighbor's setbacks or whatever has to do with your fence. I'm trying to understand that.
What, okay, again, the survey he's got is from 2017. And his survey abutting my property shows that the distance to the property line to the edge of his building is 9.5. But I asked my surveyor to include that portion of his home in my survey to clearly show the distances of the structures. And his structure is at 6, not at 9.6 as his surveyor claims.
Okay. Was the survey tagged when you did it? Like, is there a little flag in the post that,
Yeah, and he
That
took it
can-
out. So and every time I call surveyors, $400, $400. So
Yeah.
it's every time he comes. And I even offer to have my surveyor go to his property and measure the boundaries and as well as my neighbor to the west because my lot is platted. And he refused access. So I don't, then I met with him again and I said, listen, just to finish this conversation and this matter, let's just put the fence right in the middle of both structures and call it a day. And he said, no. So I don't really know what to do.
okay. So if there's, if there's a discrepancy, you're saying there's a discrepancy in your survey and his survey.
Correct.
How does that handle? Who? How does
I
that,
mean, I guess we could go to the plat, right?
yeah, I mean,
It's not, all the lots are platted,
I understand that.
so we would have to look at that and look at the survey look at his survey. Do you have a copy of his survey?
I have a copy of both surveys. Will I see it?
yes, please.
Yeah. And we'd be able to compare his survey to the plat and see what's going on. I mean, not right now, but.
So this is you?
This is me.
This is you? I'm sorry, this is you. Sorry, tell me where I'm looking at.
This is me, which is this guy.
Okay,
This
so
lot.
you're here.
I am here, correct, and this lot was platted at some point, it doesn't really matter, but this is my boundary. So I asked him to include this portion, which is this section, which is this flat roof addition after the fact.
So he's saying it's 6 and it's saying here 9'6". Okay.
And I looked at the plat as well, and I have.
9'6". Yeah, I mean, I guess somebody surveys off. So,
Well, I'll tell you,
um,
this is my interpretation, and I'm not here to point fingers or
Uh-huh.
say anything, but I'm an architect by profession. So and if I look at this roof there, I can see that the addition of the single part. So he cannot base the setback structure based on the addition. You can't go back past.
but he wouldn't have been able to put this on without a permit, and then the permit would have.
I don't know if he ever did a permit or not, because he owned this house maybe 5 years ago, and this addition is not back. prior to that. So,
This survey is dated,
that was
actually 09,
correct, but it was revised.
17, I see, okay. Well, the question is whether he wants to put a fence up, and to me, this is a legal survey, and it's on his property, which he has a survey. Yeah, and we can, but I just don't know. If then now his guy is gonna fight back to him and say, you've put in your fence 3 feet onto my property,
Yeah,
and then we're all of a sudden dragged into this. To me, it's a cut and play shape. You have 9'9", put your fence at 9'5", your post, and then you're still on your side of the property. You have a
according to
legal
my-
permit,
yeah,
blah,
exactly.
So now,
But then him coming back to us, then we could say, you need to have an update survey.
that's not too low though. That's the thing. It's not like it's not
Yeah,
20
but-
years old.
But at this point, you've had
How do
this
you,
looked at 3 times, you said?
Well, I am willing to even pay my surveyor to come and identify the boundaries. I didn't really go that.
But I would,
But
But
again,
that's-
he bought the house with that
Yeah,
part
yeah.
already there.
yeah, and
but
it's,
it
but
still
it's,
would be something
The
you need some more
city,
information.
the village is not, at least in my property.
So how did he determine that this was 6 feet? If he wasn't allowed on the property? From here, he did a laser from
I
there to
actually,
there?
the whole reason this all started is my tenant was clearing the space. And I asked permission, I asked, him, listen, my tenant, the fence, the legal fence, I'm gonna put all of that. Then the dad, the owner, said, stop. I went to his doorstep, we spoke face to face, and it was not a pleasant conversation. I dragged him to this corner, both together, we took a tape measure. And I saw that the distance was 7 feet. I
So,
don't know how to handle it.
okay, so here's what I'm gonna recommend you do. Since this is a discussion item, I'm gonna ask you that you apply for a permit, put a fence on your property. You're allowed to do it up to the front corner, you know, the permitted location of a fence. You know, you're gonna be putting it on your property, the post will be on your property, the overhang of the fence will be on your property. You'll include this survey, and when it comes to us as an application, we are going to kick it over to administration and have somebody there. I don't know if it would be our Bell David, or somebody's got to examine the plat book
I have
to
the
make
plat.
sure, huh?
I have the plat.
So what does the plat say?
The plat matches both of the property. Yeah.
So it says 9.6 and
No,
6.
the plat does not show the building.
The plat
reads-
shows this 86,
Correct,
83.6
yes.
and 3.80. Okay, so if you could submit that as in a copy of the permit application, and we can confirm it as legitimate, then we can approve your permit. Because that's the way it would go through, and then unfortunately, if this person wants to fight it, they're gonna have to stand up and say, hey, come to the village and defend their thing.
I invited them to discuss today. what to do first.
So,
And
so my
that's what
advice would be
consent.
to apply for a permit for a fence on your property. By the way, a lot of villages, they're considered non-conforming that are 9'6". There's a few there's a lot that are like 4 or 5 inches off. You know, they're not really illegal. It's just that
I get it.
they
I was willing
fluctuates,
to
you know.
put it
So,
in the middle.
yeah. So, all right, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go back up to the top of the agenda. We have a lot of people here tonight, so I'm gonna try and go through and hopefully we can get everybody through. First will be old business A, Dillon, 712 Northeast 115th Street, revision to permit pergola repair. Hi, Linda, can you just tell us what the revision was? What's the revision? Okay. So she has an existing permit for a pergola repair, but I guess the thing has, you have to replace it all, but let's just look at the locations. There's a couple on not on the Dropbox, so if you don't have it, let me know and we can all take a look at it. So the pergola is 10 foot, it's 17 from the side and well with outside of the 30-foot front setback. So it's just a little pergola on the side of the house. Here, it's located right here. There's 17 feet. There's the third front. Here it is here. Yeah. Hi. Can you help me out tonight? Can you keep track of the motions and the seconds? It'll help me just kind of move things along. It's pretty good form.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that five,
Well, we have quorum because we have 3 out of 5. But in order for something to be passed, it has to be 2 out of 3,
okay, all right, cool. I just wanted,
majority.
it's been a while. for-
We also have Dylan at Building B, 712 Northeast 115th Street, tile repair.
So it is. Just up under old business.
This is just roof tile that's doing done,
No roots.
roof leak. So they're just gonna match the existing roof with the new roof, whatever tile they have to replace, they were just gonna put it back. And what do you have now? Just what kind? Flat white? Okay, so it's just a flat white tile repair here on the side. And it's just literally. There's the eye. Just for the record too, I forgot to mention at the beginning, I would want to move building K down to discussion, so but we'll take it in order that the gentleman's here. But it's actually such a big addition that's really new. Okay. We need to discuss it as like we do with all other new builds. All right, next will be, is anybody for Roots? Roots? You're here for Roots? So 826 Northeast 121st Street for renovation? That's not Roots. Roots, Murph, Roots, not roofs. Brickell Key Estates LLC, 885 Northeast 111th Street, revision to permit addition. We have the plans over here. What exactly are the revisions?
Revisions is just for the new roof. We're putting new footings on the inside to support the roof, the existing and the new one,
Okay,
partial.
can you just come over and show us really quick?
Yeah, because we got another corporate. Because it's awesome.
You're not changing any of the setbacks. Thank you. You're good. Thank you.
Oh, and do you know?
All right, can I just ask everybody to keep their voice down, please? All right, just to kind of go through quick, Andiano, Alvord, Cervantes. Nope, okay, the next would be Witchner, business G, 10917 Northeast and 9th Avenue for roof. That's you. All right. All right, tile to metal. Okay. Sure, I mean, let's go to the podium, Murph. So we've seen this a number of times. What's different about this one?
Well, I had specified the color, soffits and pages. In writing for the last meeting, I neglected to come, which was foolish of me. So it's to indicate the color and
Okay.
to say that we're going to extend the soffit and page where appropriate.
Okay, so I mean, we have this little drawing here that's kind of got red marks, like a couple of places around it. That's really not enough for us to vote on. You have anything further that?
So this is your color, sir? This is your color?
Not as shiny. All right, so the question is also then you have to provide overhangs on the entire perimeter of the house. The code is written on the perimeter of the house. So that's why it's kind of unclear what you were planning on doing here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It does say the entire perimeter of the house. You must have an overhang no less than 18 inches, or, I mean, it's a 312? 312? So 312, you have to have an 18-inch overhang around the entire perimeter of the roof with a fascia board of no less than 6 inches. Hmm? Like a gable. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's up to the engineer and whoever's gonna design it and have to build it in a way that it will withstand the winds. But the code is. It's just, at the time, it was. No, I was on the board that wrote this, actually. It's just that it was determined that roofs that don't have overhangs, the metal roofs don't look good on it, that they don't look, they have a shed-like effect on it. So the board at the time decided that the roof should have a perimeter overhang. Commission agreed with it, and that's what the law is. Okay. Yeah, and that looks great. It looks amazing. That actually, the house looks so much better with it, actually, but that's my personal opinion. Yeah. It is what our code says. We actually do not permit variances on roofs. So there's really there's no way around it. Huh? Actually, this roof is accepted in the code. Oh, yeah. No, it's amazing. Unfortunately, unless you're prepared to go all the way around the perimeter, there's nothing that we could do at this point. It's what the code says, Murphy. I mean, we can't just, cost is not a reason to. Okay. Okay, so I need something in writing that the code is, that you're gonna do the entire perimeter. What are y'all thoughts on the color?
Yeah, color's good to me.
Motion second, good?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Or if I just need you to sign. Or. Right, more time. Okay. Sure, if you just want to just show it. This is an old Biscayne Park employee.
Oh, really?
I'm sure Mac actually.
Yep.
Thanks, Dennis. As a noted. Uh-huh. We actually have a. So if you want to- Yeah, we have it in here. There's a record of it. Okay, next will be old business H, J and B Management, 11320 Northeast 11th Place, temporary construction fence. How you doing there, sir?
That is temporary fence, I already did it. I need to extend the permit for 3 months, more or less, to finish the project.
Okay. Do you have an active construction permit?
Yes,
Okay, is this,
no, yes,
not yet.
yes.
Okay, yes, okay. Okay, yes. All right, so you already have a construction fence, you just want to extend it, which was approved back last September, so they want to extend the,
The problem with beginning,
and as long as you have an active construction permit, you're
Yeah.
allowed to continue the fence.
okay,
Fence.
perfect.
Motion and second? Yep.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, so it's approved.
How long does that extend for?
I think it's another 6 months. I think. So it was expired. Huh?
The house is more than 3 months away from being done.
Yeah. It's been going on for a long time. Yeah, you're done. Thank you. As long as the permits are still active. I mean.
Yeah.
All right, next will be Building A, Pantano, 590 Northeast 118th Street, garage conversion. Those there?
Good evening, how are you? Yes, so this is a new project, so we're here to present the project. I am the engineer of record of the property.
Okay.
So I guess I'm just gonna give you an overview of, the scope of the work. The main scope is, we're converting, the first floor, we have a garage. So we're gonna make it a bedroom in there. We're raising the floor just to make sure that we're at the proper elevation, right? So we're intervening on the first level only. And the area is gonna be like about 600 square feet. So the facade, we're gonna try to keep and maintain the looks of the building, but we're removing the garage doors and we're gonna try to match it with the new doors in there. And then they're gonna be aligning with the windows on the second level. So,
Okay. Okay.
yes,
So you're saying there's a garage apartment above, correct?
no, it's downstairs, right? The downstairs is where we have the garage, right? So we have, yes, an apartment on the second level, so,
So there is an apartment on the second level.
yes, that is correct.
And you want to take the first level and turn it into you want to convert it into another apartment?
Yes, the first level, yes.
So you are zoned in a single family zone. The garage apartment, I believe above is non-conforming. So we can't give you a permission to add another apartment on a single family zone property.
Okay. Let me see.
So you,
I already have 2 units.
so you already have 2 units, which one would be non-conforming use.
I have 3.
And you want to add a third, which would be,
No, they don't want to add a third. They just want to make a bigger living room out of what is currently.
No, he said he wanted to make a new unit out of the garage.
Based off
So
of the
he just said
drawings,
that.
Yes.
are you, the garage, are you turning that into like a living room area? Because the drawing looks like you're widening and making a living room area and an electric closet.
We're gonna add, we're adding an electric closet, yes. One of the
He's
access
adding a
doors is
living
gonna be
room and a
for the
it says
new,
existing kitchenette, existing garage, existing.
He's adding a
the new
kitchen
meter.
and a
Mhm.
living room. It's a unit.
Yeah,
So the
David-
apartment is
At
existing
A1,
with,
there's a
David's a
drawing.
unit.
I mean, do you want to look at the drawing too? Sir, if you're welcome to come over.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, but that was our, that's our.
No, it says existing ceiling.
This is first floor. Allows them to add on. Downstairs, down. They're not. And now they expand on downstairs, to make it 4. So. I don't know how. How. Were there permits at one point? How did the kitchen get there first? But as far as we are. You're more than welcome to ask for variance. But you would have to bring the entire. Huh? But you'd have, you'd have to bring the entire. Everything that's not. you'd have- So it's not just adding the roof, that's the variance for the apartment in the first place. You have to get a variance for the apartment on the second story. So garage apartment, I think. To go for variance, you're opening up. So you have every right to do so. I was just be careful on that. Yeah. We can't give you a permit. Obviously, that's not.
Motion to deny.
Say aye, aye.
Aye.
Great house.
It's cute. Yeah, it's such a cute property. It's just bad.
All right, building C, Gaudy, anybody for Gaudy? Nope. Okay, then McGuinn, I believe there's a McGuinn here. 801 Northeast 113th Street, re-roof. Flat? Just flat? Okay. What type of material are you using? Okay. On a what type of system? Vitamin or? Okay, it's just a flat roof and GAF.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. 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 Carries. You're good, sir. Thank you. Amsler, anybody for Amsler? No? Amsler? Okay. 860 Northeast 109th Street, sliding glass door. Okay, glass door. So it's just an exterior slider. It's on the side, it looks like. Side of the garage. That doesn't face the street. And the color is white. Does that match all the rest of the windows on it?
Motion to approve.
Favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. You're good, sir. Thank you. Huh? You can ask. You know. Thank you, sir.
Oh, that was a permitted garage conversion.
Okay.
That's right across.
Rojas, anybody for Rojas? Nope. Okay, then GEAA Repairs USA Inc., 971 Northeast 113th Street. For paint, color approval. So you're just doing the trim like this chocolate brown color? Is that the entire fascia or what exactly on that property is going to be brown?
Yeah, it's entire patient.
So the curved part that goes all the way back, it's going to be this brown,
Only the
the
trim.
drip edge, like the
Yeah,
drip edge
yeah.
at the top?
Yeah,
Only,
yeah.
okay. So it's only this little like drip edge, not the fascia,
No.
not the curved part. No.
Yeah, only a trim.
So just a little brown.
Yeah.
stripe. Is there anybody anywhere else than the
Yeah.
fascia?
Yeah, we want to meet other permit, but we need to do some question for
Okay, but anywhere else on this, the brown? Just on the roof, that's it, or anywhere else?
Only the roof.
Just that little area?
Second.
Aye. Okay, just 1 second, please. Is it me or is it hot in here?
You're moving fast.
So you have a question also? Okay, so I'll make that building C. So that's gonna be EAA. And what's your question about? Okay, this is not the place to submit the permits. This is, you can ask a question about them.
Yeah, I talked to the lady and you don't know what,
Okay, what is the question?
in the patio, we need to remove the existing slab
Okay.
and redo it.
Yes?
But we install on top the travertine stone.
Okay.
But the lady don't know if we need to submit the permit, the note, only the concrete slab, or the note with the concrete slab with travertine stone.
Yeah, I would just put existing concrete slab with tile.
We remove the
tile.
existing concrete slab, we need a new one.
So you're gonna add a new slab. So you're gonna, so you just replace existing,
Replay-
and
replace
then
on top-
tile.
On
And
top, the
tile.
travertine.
and then you have to submit your lot coverage, which, you know, it's already existing.
Yeah, actually,
But you have to
this is
give,
the survey for the property.
yeah.
We demolish it, and we propose this is the property plan.
Okay, but you still need to give us the lot coverage. You have to fill out that chart that has, there's a chart that shows like a house, 1,000 square feet,
All the percent of
the
the.
percentages.
house.
You have to supply that.
I don't bring. it.
Yeah, when you go in there, it's like the rack.
But that's all you have to submit for that.
Yeah, but actually it's the same surface.
Yeah. We just need. We don't know if we're.
Actually, we submit another permit with the driveway, so the front of the house separate to the.
Yeah, so then you, that, whichever one it is.
We just have to have it on record of what the lot coverage is.
Thank you
So
very much.
that's it. And then maybe a picture of the tile. That helps us visualize it. So, okay, thank you. All right, next will be building H, Schreiger, 1060 Northeast 121st Street, garage enclosure. Hello. Let us take a look at it. It's just you're enclosing a, you're the builder. Are you the builder or the architect? Okay, come on. 33 to the back house, and then it sticks out. Probably right at 30 feet. Okay. So you're 33 to the front of the house. This area here. It looked, it does look like 33, almost 33 and a half to the building. Okay, so it's within reason of the setback. And you're just closing. It's not like it's sticking way in.
Right.
They always say that.
I was like, yeah, I thought that-
You get a break, you get a summer break.
I was like, that seems odd.
All right, next week Barnes, 10917 Northeast 8th Avenue, metal and flat. Barnes.
Yeah, it's going from a shingle roof to a metal roof, and the back flat is still gonna remain a flat. We're just gonna re-roof it.
So it's a currently, what type of shingle? Like asphalt shingle?
I assume so, yes, asphalt shingles, and then we're gonna go ahead and put this deep section into a metal roof. I provided,
So it's under
Hello.
212, actually. Hold on.
it's actually a 2.5 slope. If you're looking at your,
So it's 2.5. So the code does allow metal roofs on roofs that have 2.5 above, 2.5, 2.5 and above.
correct,
Inch.
and that's 2.5.
Okay, so right at 2.5. So
Yes, sir.
with 2.5, you have to have you have to provide a. So the next one would be 18 inches around with 6-inch over fascia. Do you have a picture of this? Yeah. What about that front area that's got the front flat kind of, is that a flat roof on the garage? Okay, do you have the measurements of you, because it looks like you do have your overhangs? And you do look like you have your fascia, but we need it documented. No, so you have to provide a 18-inch overhang around the perimeter of the roof, which it looks like you have. Yes. Okay, and you have to provide a 6-inch fascia, which it appears you have. Okay. But we need it documented, meaning like it needs to be in
Like a
writing
picture
or a
and
picture of
say
it, like a
it.
picture of it, like a close-up of the perimeter overhang.
It's stating that people or just make sure it's okay. So want me to add that? Permit, or you want me to
So,
add description or how would you
so, what is the color, by the way?
so the color is
Dark, like a black
Dark.
color. almost.
bronze, color samples inside.
Yeah, there's a color sample. It's real dark.
Oh, there it is. So to answer your first question, we need to have documentation that it has 18 inches around the perimeter. Whether the board is willing to go along with making a motion based on the fact that it is. Putting a metal roof on it?
Yeah, and so that part was okay. I don't know about the 6 inch.
That literally is the easiest and fastest way to do it. Just put a tape up. Yeah, all 4 sides.
If he writes it in.
Let me ask you right this, what are you doing right now? We have a pretty good agenda. We're gonna be here for at least another 45 minutes, an hour. You wanna run over and take some pictures and come back? Okay, so why don't you do that? We'll put the permit on, we'll table it. Just run over, and what you'll do is you'll take pictures and you have to submit them to SB if they match up. We good on that?
Yeah.
So
and
you
show
just come
that,
back
so
and show us something.
definitely it's all on the-
Tape measure? Get creative. Show us something. Okay, we're gonna table this for a minute. We'll wait for you to come back. Okay, next will be building J Finesca. We're gonna table 10917 Barnes until he comes back. Finesca 11221 Northeast 9th Court, windows and doors. They're here. You can just go over there. It's your windows and doors. Okay. All right, so you're doing horizontal rollers. And let's just look at your schedule. So this is a duplex, right? So the front is the top of it, right?
Yeah.
These are your front doors and you have these little side doors on the front.
Yes.
Okay, so window A is a horizontal roller, window B is a horizontal roller.
Yeah.
So all the ones across the front are horizontal rollers. They are white and clear glass. And then the doors, are you replacing the doors too? The swingy French, the French doors?
Yes.
So those are also gonna be white?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 8.
That's number 102. Swingy French door, and then 102, yeah. Any questions on the board?
No.
Motion to approve.
Second.
In favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
And motion carries. We're good, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, next will be 11315 Northeast 9th LLC, which is 11315 Northeast 9th Court Addition. So, yes, hello, sir. So actually, we've moved it to discussion because it is more than an addition. It's actually one addition would be like the garage conversions or somebody put a room on the back. You're actually tearing down the roof off of the first house. The roof is coming off, correct? It's not flat? And you're taking in the existing house and you're triple timing it? Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna take a look at it as a board, but, yes. So, this is for, addition. Yeah, let's pull the renderings up. And also the two-story point. And I would suggest also, before you go to. Good luck, sir.
Yep.
I got a motion to table, please.
Motion table.
Favor say aye. Aye. Okay, give it a second. Next will be building I, Shibi, 11831 Northeast Sixth Avenue, Metal Gate. Okay, so current metal gate and door will be replaced with horizontal pre-treated gate. So this is just at the front corners?
The front gate, the sliding gate, right now is metal, and we replacing for horizontal wood. And then on the other side of the house also, there is an opening, single door. We replacing with wood, and the side little sides of the door also.
Okay, and the max is 6 feet tall?
Correct. Correct.
6 feet high, oak color. Okay.
Golden.
The wood, horizontal wood cannot be climbable.
Okay,
So
that's
you
fine.
have to stay within a half inch or an inch gap.
Okay,
You don't have a pool, right?
No.
Okay, so if you had a pool, you'd have to have no gaps. According
Gotcha.
to the Miami-Dade code.
and if we planning to do a pool eventually, like,
Then you have to close those gaps.
you have to be
because-
close?
You'd have to do something to make it so you can't, no little children can get their fingers in there and
Gotcha.
climb the gate.
Okay,
The county has a very strict policy on no gaps.
but that can be done after the
After
math.
that, I mean, you just have to add a little piece of wood or something, but
Okay.
we do allow horizontal wood. And if there's any questions on the board.
A lot of the gate companies too, because it's just the wood is going into other existing metal, you just let them know so that way if they need to, they can come and just basically unscrew and then slide
make it-
everything down.
Right,
So what may make sense is buy like an extra piece or two that is the horizontal part now and have with you.
Right.
So that way, if you change it 3 years from now and they stop manufacturing that or whatever, you're not screwed.
gotcha.
Gage, that includes the gate as well, because the gate has gaps in it. too.
Yeah, so they're replacing it all with horizontal pickets. So the entire thing, gate,
Gate,
fence, everything has to be the same.
no gaps.
No gaps. Or no, minimal gaps, because there's no pool. There's
No, no,
pool.
no. I mean,
other-
if there was a pool.
If there was a pool, yeah.
Is the side fence, 5 feet that it's connecting to, or is it a different height?
Is it all 6 feet? Everything?
No,
okay?
it's all, she's doing 5, but you're making this 5 feet instead of 6 feet.
We're gonna do 6 feet on both sides. It's gonna be same height.
6 feet high.
Oh, this is gonna be 6 feet high? Cause thought that it said 5. Oh, it's kind of like rewrote over. So it's 6 feet. high. Okay, all right, yeah. No, motion to approve.
Second.
Aye, aye.
Ultra zoom in because the guy took high school.
Okay, so I know I have Alan here. And you're on the agenda for? Oh, okay, so you're on the agenda next. Let me go ahead and take you. Boharquist, 12020 Northeast 11th Court, impact windows. Bless you.
Ooh, right.
Okay, so they're all white, clear glass.
Yep, very simple.
So it's 3 is outswing casement, 4 outswing casement, 5 outswing casement, 6 French door. But it's not because it's when horizontal rollers are together, they look like 2 casements. So they actually all match. They all have to match for us. And so. Sure. Okay. Window 2, okay. Okay, so they're on this side. So you want to do window 2, which is. For casements too. So. Okay. Window 9 is, hold on, it's not going to be outswing casement because here it says outswing casement. Casement. Okay, but it's not on the front. We're concerned with the front facade. The front is all casements. They're all and horizontal roller. So. If there's anything. Nothing? Okay. And then. You're gonna provide this to SB. You're gonna just have to explain this to SB, okay? We're gonna go ahead and approve it because what you're asking for is okay. But in order to change all this, she's got to do it. Okay, SB does. So, so you're good. This was the last one. Oh, I think it is. Oh. All right. Thank you. What do you mean draining? The village is slowly going around and adding drains. I don't know what section they're doing next or anything, but it is a long-term, it's a long-term project, yeah. So it is much needed, yeah.
You could always ask the city manager if you have questions. City
Yep.
manager, yeah, he'll tell you. Or the. Yeah. Yeah, if you have questions, feel free to email him and he'll let you know.
Okay, so this is, okay, Mr. Allen, good evening. 10927 Northeast 8th Avenue, after the fact carport. Okay, so. Okay, so you were in front of us a little while ago. And you were gonna do a carport, a variance on this carport that is existing, that was there when your grandparents put it in, or something, if I remember the story. And it kind of just, when it got lost a little bit, but you know, I didn't see a way forward that you were gonna get the variance on it, because of the setback issue. So the question is you're now selling it? Okay, so, I would make the suggestion to you that you remove it to clear up the setback issue so that you have a clear setback. Now, the question is I don't know if you're being fined by the code board and as if it's a daily fine. So you've accrued daily fines since 2020? Wow, okay. Starting April 1st, 2021. So since you're selling it, and obviously you don't want to keep the house, you don't want to fight for this carport anymore, I would imagine. So I would recommend going for a demolition permit to remove it. Now, as far as the removal of the fines, that you have to go in front of our code enforcement board, because that's not us. But I would make the recommendation that you were working with us, and then we kind of turned it off a little bit because we didn't see a way forward with you, and it honestly got lost in the shuffle a little bit. So I would recommend to our board that they be leaning on you on these fines.
Did he apply for them?
He did. He has an application for the variance, and we actually, we, as a board at first, hold on, let me read it. He came in for the after the fact carport on April 5th, 2021. We denied it. And then he came in an application for a or a variance application on April 12th, 2021. And then during that meeting with us, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, you actually said here that this thing was actually there when your parents bought the house in 1984. So it's, you know, it felt not right, basically. Yeah. So, yeah, so here you are. So you've been able to enjoy it for another year and a half since that meeting.
At a daily cost.
At a daily cost.
But
So,
the other thing too that I would just say is just from a clarity of like title and the place selling when it closes, it's gonna pop like.
That's what it
an
was.
Open fine.
you're getting ready to list it and the fines popped up, correct?
Yeah, cause, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say is like, you could get under contract, but then the title people would pop.
What's happening?
So in order to clear the issue up, you need to remove the carport. So I would suggest, let's just get a permit for demo and send that to us. I don't think we'd have an issue with it. What do y'all think? We have a,
No, I would be.
Yeah.
make a motion now to,
Yeah.
okay. So if you submit an application for a permit to demolish the carports that are in the side setback in the rear, we would be agreeable.
Absolutely.
Motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, so you have our permission to remove it. You just need to apply for it. Don't just do it. Yep, then you'll get in trouble again. Then you need to speak to our code enforcement board, code compliance board, and kind of plead your case. I would be willing to send them a note saying that, you know, you were working with us and that hopefully they could be lenient on this. And we get this all cleared up.
And that he's in the process and is taking the steps to remove it.
Yeah,
And applied for a demo permit.
Apply for general permit.
so
I'll
So,
learn- I'll
that would be
learn-
up to the, we can't relieve any type of fines or anything. So, but we can make a recommendation to our board to actually be, hopefully they'll be lenient. Because it is, honestly, it did kind of fall through the cracks a little bit. We never heard, we didn't get any comments from the village manager or village clerk, village attorney on it. So that was on June 7th, 2021, so a year ago. God, it seems longer, actually. Yeah. 2021, that seems like, okay. So hopefully that's the way it can go forward and you can clear this up. And, but for now you have a demo and you know, good luck. After all these years, you're selling the house, huh? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Just give me 1 second, sir. Okay. So we
I
approved.
was going to suggest, but he gave you one. I was gonna tell you, it's like, here's my address, drive and my wife will give me a tape measure.
Yeah. Okay, so this is back to Barnes, 10917 Northeast 8th Avenue for the metal overhang roof.
So.
And is that all the way around?
No.
Okay. So it looks like you have the overhangs and the fascia. You have a,
But
you have a gutter on it. So
From, yeah, from what I remember, and when my brother, it's a very odd situation, when my brother looked at it to do that, he's like, oh yeah, based off code, you should be good.
So
It should be good, and then obviously the needs. Have to come back there, if there's anything that we gotta go ahead and we gotta.
Yeah.
It's
The,
not for
the
now.
fascia is very easy and cheap to extend. It's the extending out from the house, the 18 inches, that's the expensive part.
Correct. I
okay.
think it's that either we're gonna have to go to the ridge line or. We're gonna have to assist the process, but if we do that, then we're gonna have to go ahead.
So you're, so as far as the overhang goes, it does appear that you have it. We will
Yeah.
require that you submit that in writing.
Okay.
Like maybe take a little better pictures, print them, have the dimensions, submit it so that it's in the file.
Email that, or do you want me to submit?
You probably, since she has the paperwork already,
yeah.
I would submit it in person
Okay, no
and
problem.
she'll just add it to the file. Now the color, you want to do bronze, right?
Oh, the bronze.
It's almost a black.
Okay.
I do have a picture of that as well.
It's also in the back of the,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Sorry.
We did another roof. We did another, yeah, we did another roof.
do you have any other options? Because here's the thing, it's really dark. And our code says,
So it looks like.
it's almost black. So our code says colors silver, gray, brown, copper, and white. I mean, if it was Mansard brown, I could see we could finagle ourselves to that, but
I don't have an issue, I just gotta. And I guess, because if she doesn't want massive brown, or she wants medium brown.
You know what,
Would that be okay?
might be helpful talking to her
Yeah,
is
exactly.
talk about, air conditioning costs with a black roof is gonna be out of this world. It
and it
attracts,
shows dirt.
it attracts heat. It's gonna make her house so hot.
so, but just,
To air
So
condition
unfortunately-
that versus a lighter color. Such a
It's
difference.
It depends, honestly, because,
But anything you can do just to reflect the
No,
heat.
that's what
It's Florida.
You guys are the city. and
Just
I'll-
explain that to her, like.
I'll-
like
I'll-
I
I'll
would,
just
like
say
I would
my
consider
You're
buckskin
the same
brown,
money.
Mansard
Whatever you
brown,
guys say.
medium
Yeah, I'm
bronze.
just- I'm
I
just
could
giving
even
you
consider
some-
I'm the middleman,
brown.
right?
No, I'm just giving you some
Yeah.
arguments. You can say, hey,
The
Silver,
only reason
think about it.
I say against that is because.
silver,
I know,
that's
like,
shiny
30
dust.
guys, 30 presentations,
That's
we
gray,
go-
so gray, 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 so there's gray. Gray,
Any metal roof.
brown,
Yeah,
copper.
that's what I'm saying, like, you just circle these three and then circle.
But that doesn't mean they're approved though.
It's gonna contradict.
Just
So
means
I'll-
that-
No, but it
I think
means
of
that-
other ways.
I mean,
Okay,
That's it. And I
falls in
appreciate
the
it,
colors,
but
and
like I
then
said,
the white.
whatever you guys say,
that
I'm gonna
white.
go ahead and I'm gonna flip the message. And
right. Well, yeah, it's just,
White,
yeah, the color.
brown, silver. And
Okay,
is a form of brown.
So medium bronze is okay?
Yeah, so
It's,
we-
it's,
we
it's a
just-
brown.
Lighter.
Yeah,
right?
we just drew lines under
Yeah.
the ones that
That's
it's
not a
like,
problem. So that's your copy. Want me to just go ahead and take a picture of it?
It's
Okay.
just really quickly what we did there. But if you wanted to just.
doesn't mean that the color's like automatically approved. We still have to
No,
take.
we still have to come back.
for it, But those are a lot
That's a
better.
preferred color.
Yeah.
And then I'll go ahead and I'll submit like a picture of that and like a sample of that and go from there.
It's not even preferred, it's our required.
I hope I don't have to see you guys in 2 weeks, right? But if I need to.
You were gonna, unfortunately, you're gonna, it's because you have to go back and talk to your client, you need to see us in 2 weeks.
Okay.
You don't have to come back in, because you do, as long as you submit the 18 over, and it's one of those colors, we should, it
Yeah,
should move right
you
through.
don't have to be here. We could vote for it. and-
Okay.
But for now, it's tabled because of the color.
It's my first time, so I just want to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So in a perfect situation after this gets approved, what's the next step for you?
So, yeah, so on like, if it happens. Yeah. So basically 2 Mondays from now, when we vote on it again, on like Wednesday, if you wanted to, you can call over and just be like, hey, what happened with it? What's going on? Just make sure that it's moving through the process.
It's a lot faster, right? 'Cause once you guys, that process.
It depends on the building official and how much time they have, and, you know, it could be just as much time to go through that. Actually, I don't really know how long it takes, because a lot of times, once it's here, we don't really hear about it again, so. Yeah. But in the future, you know, you did a great packet as far as you had the color, you had, except you just didn't have the overhangs. So if you're ever in the park and you're doing an tile roof or something, it's always good having a picture of the color. Like the brochure.
Yeah.
Because so many times that we run into it where they have a great package, it's submitted in, and there's no color. And it's one of the things we look at. You have the brochure. It's fine.
When forward on all weeks, we have to meet with. for every week.
So, yes, you have to get a permit for every re-roof. And
No, I know we have to get a permit, but I'm saying, because, and. I think that-
well, the thing is, you actually don't have to come. If your package, she probably said you should come because it's a metal roof. Metal roofs are special.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you were just submitting a tile roof and you had the color and all the material, you don't have to show up. We know what we're doing.
She said planning board meeting.
Yeah.
And I've never done business with it, so I just want to.
It's probably because of the metal roof.
Exactly whatever.
So metal roofs are relatively new in our village within the last 10 years. And we have architectural requirements that you must. The overhangs.
And that's not. Sort of it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you guys' help.
So we're tabled that.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Thanks for helping us out. That's tabled. Table, motion to the table.
Motion to table.
Aye. The reason I've asked you to stay is just because of the last discussion that we just had. Being that you're a part of that other board, I just wanted you to kind of hear where we were at and what we were talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and you know, he was, at the time he got cited, he did come in before us. It kind of got lost a little bit. So I was hoping that we would, you know, the board would be lenient. That's a good word. Lenient. Yeah. So, but that's, you know, you guys make your decision, but the reason I asked you to stay is so you can hear our part of the discussion when you're discussing it. So thanks for staying. So, all right, let's finish this agenda off.
We want to look at the minutes from last time.
Yes. First off, both Edward and Manny notified us that they weren't going to be here. This chair is really uncomfortable. So, oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him. But he got married like last year.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
COVID.
Oh, okay.
They wanted to go to they're at St. Bart's, and that was a no-go until recently.
Okay, so can I get a motion to excuse both of them?
Yep, motion to excuse.
Second.
Please, aye. Aye. Okay, we have minutes from June 13th, 2021.
For me, everything looked the way that
I'm sorry, it is hot. It's crazy, I'm sweating. Looks like everything, hold on. Well, this is that really big agenda. So we tabled all these metal roofs, denied. Approve it. Denied. Approved, approved. Denied. Approved. Okay, it looks like it's correct.
Oh.
Perez, pool and discussion. I provided the letter, it's supposed to be somewhere for me to sign it. Oh, here it is. The letter I wrote was. Biscayne Park Planning Board has determined that windows as part of the building are regulated under architectural style, character, appearance, and color. Thus, window facing a street must be of the same style, example, horizontal and single hung, or awning, etc., and of the same color. Hope this letter has helps. Let me know if you have any further questions. Letter signed. Okay, so do that. And then Ed had his presentation. So, any questions? If not, we'll take a motion.
Second.
Aye, aye. It's done. What did that gentleman want when he came back in?
he was just asking me for the address of the other house. That had a second floor. I was like, there's a lot of houses here that have second floors. You can just
Yeah.
drive around.
But they need to be tied together.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's gonna have to overcome that setback issue. That's the major right there.
It was very sad, but
Old business B, Roots, 826 Northeast 121st Street renovation.
is this the first showing? Well, yeah, that's a good point. I guess what I'm saying is this our final decision on it, or is it just one? This is the one that's condemned, or it's falling down with the tree in the middle of it.
Okay, so I have the memo from our building official. The owner of the subject property applied for a permit and planning review on May 30th, 2019. The construction permit was never issued. The current Florida building code went into effect 12/31/20. Plans submitted in 29th are null and void, and therefore the owner must submit a new set of plans from the current code and obtain planning approval prior to building department review. I personally inspected the exterior of the property and determined the property is unsafe, requiring structural work exceeding 50% of the building area as defined by FBC 2020 existing 503.13. Please let me know if you have any questions. Shelley Ransom Jackson, our building official. So they are now applying for a 4-unit quadruplex, I guess, in a single family zone. That is in the
Wait.
zone.
Were they here for discussion last time? Or-
They
The
were,
lawyer came here, and that's when we were like, hey, we can't.
we just approved that.
Wait, what-
the-
Yeah,
the-
it was.
this
Yeah.
is-
Yeah, oh no, they were here for a building permit.
Yeah, the lawyer.
And we tabled it.
Yeah, because we said that we needed
Confirmation
the
letter from the
building.
building official.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we now have the letter from the building official.
pending
So-
50%.
So now we can deny it.
Now we can deny it.
So it is in sector A. They have a minimum lot cover size of 8,500 square feet. It's a detached, no, it's in sector B, excuse me, I'm sorry. Excuse me. 8,500 detached, one family, zoned. So right there, it's what is being applied is not allowed. So they want 4 units in a single family, so, and it's over 50%, so it needs to come into compliance.
Motion to deny.
Say aye. So that's denied.
Also, at this point, moving,
If it was less than 50% deteriorated, they would have a case to rebuild it. It's not. So it has to be brought into our current 2022 code. So that is 3. I say all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Wow, we got 3 ones tonight. Next is Andino, 907 to 909 Northeast 111th Street. We tabled this last time. Color sample pending 18-inch overhang. Do we have, any? This is under old business? So it came back, but they didn't provide us any new information.
We were supposed to get color samples and.
Kind of terracotta, which is not allowed. So I would say let's motion to deny, I guess, based on, we don't have the overhangs and we don't, the color is, terracotta is not a approved color. So. Say aye. It is recording. It is on. She started it before because she wasn't gonna be here. Building E, Alfred, 1007 Northeast 113th Street, new metal roof. So I think it's the same thing. Overhang.
it says a 10-inch overhang and 3-inch fast.
New metal roof on duplex. Where do you see the calculation, the writing at?
This right here. The second page.
Yeah, they. did
3-inch
put
fascia and
10
10-foot. Okay, but the part that I'm not sure on is that may be what the existing is, but what I don't know is if there's another part that I was trying to look at this one earlier to see if there's another part where they say that they're going to adjust the overhangs.
Well, we have to deny it then, because then they have, if that's the case, then they have to apply for that, because right now they're saying the existing conditions are 10 inches and 3-inch fascia, which we need to be 18 and 6.
Yeah.
The color gray is a gray, which actually could be approved, but for right now we have to deny it.
Well, what I'm saying is I'm trying to look through the paperwork because they may have wrote that in at 10 and 3 is saying like, hey, that's what it is existing, but
But it should have been called out on the permit saying
we're changing.
addition of overhangs or,
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
you know,
Okay, so motion
I
to
don't see
deny.
any notes that says adding.
They're not adding.
Motion to deny. Fascia needs to be 6 inches overhang.
Aye. Oh. Next would be building F, Cervantes, 1009 Northeast 116th Street, new pool. We tabled it last time pending lot cover calculation. So they now have a calculation. I'll remind everybody that the pool was 10 foot from the back. 10 foot from the other side. And they have a little garage back there. So according to the calculations that we asked for, they're at 39.98 on their lot coverage. So they're underneath, well underneath their 50%.
Motion to approve.
Next, we building C, Gaudi, 715 Northeast on 19th Street, new flat roof. Roof. Looks like it's just in the back. Goes polyglass system. Polyglass self-adhered roof system, and it's on the back. Motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Aye.
Whoever wrote this has cool handwriting. It's like reverse italics, like.
Oh, yeah, they go, one of, they're probably a lefty. You think, is
Yeah.
that lefty kind of handwriting?
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's a cool font.
Next will be building F, Rojas, 880 Northeast 111th Street, re-roof.
I think we had.
I have it here.
I don't.
Re-roof, tile roof, terracotta, boral. I mean, it's pretty simple. But it, yeah, I mean, it's terracotta and it's boral. That's the style.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Aye, aye. Carries. Two more. Wayhen M. 11930 Griffin Boulevard for door. Installation of new impact door. One door, it's gray with white glass. And it's a double finish.
That it's white. with-
G? Yes, that's the one they're doing the little brown stripe around it.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. Be very funky on that kind of mid-century house, but. So this was a double door.
Yeah, it's white and the glass just has a slight.
Because it says here, gray, color frame gray. What color glass? White. Maybe it's, how can it be white? Oh. Okay, well, I mean, they're both blue. So.
Weird sitting on this side of the.
You can hear it. always wonder if you guys can hear down there.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Final one. Morgan Building N, 12000 Northeast 8th Avenue, new roof. Tile color, red terracotta. Okay, another terracotta. Can you pull up the front of this house?
Yeah.
Because it looks like this is just for the addition in the back. Is there a terracotta roof on the front? Oh, color red terracotta. Schedule looks like it's just the back. An addition or something.
Yeah, it's, the front of it is already.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Terracotta,
nice, yeah.
All right, so they're doing a terracotta in the back.
Motion to approve?
Okay, so we got something here. What is this? Discussion on demolition permit.
It's not
Oh, this is Manny's thing. All right, he's not here, so. we'll just-
Or
This- These people never showed up. They were supposed to come. This one, we did this, so that's fine. Any further things? Nope. Our next meeting will be on July. July 11th. Monday, July 11th, and then after that be July 25th. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Okay. Say aye. Aye. We are adjourned at 8:27. Good job. You know how to turn that off?